March 15th, 2019. Los Angeles, California. Maya Richardson was 23 years old when she received the Instagram message that would change everything. She was working double shifts at a West Hollywood restaurant, sleeping on her friend's couch, and posting modeling photos whenever she could afford a photographer. She had the kind of beauty that seemed destined for something bigger. High cheekbones, warm brown skin, eyes that photographed like honey in sunlight. She never imagined that message would be the last time anyone would hear from her. The direct message came from an account called Elite Models Dubai. Professional profile picture, verified checkmark, 40,000 followers. "We've been following your work," the message read. "We have opportunities in Dubai for models of your caliber. Are you interested in discussing representation?" Maya screenshotted the message immediately and sent it to her best friend, Jordan Martinez. "This is it," Maya texted. "This is finally my break." Jordan would remember that moment for the rest of her life. "I was happy for her at first," Jordan recalled years later, her voice tight with emotion. Maya had been working so hard, she deserved something good. The account looked legitimate. Maya spent 3 hours that night researching Elite Models Dubai. Their Instagram showed beautiful women on photo shoots against Dubai's glittering skyline. Professional campaigns for perfume companies, fashion brands, luxury hotels. The website featured testimonials from models describing their successful careers. Everything appeared professional. Everything appeared real. What Maya didn't know was that the account had been created 6 months earlier using stolen images and fabricated testimonials. The photographs showed real models, but none of them had ever worked for Elite Models Dubai. The company didn't exist. Maya's mother, Patricia Richardson, remembered her daughter's excitement during their phone call that evening. "She was talking so fast," Patricia said. "She told me this agency wanted to fly her to Dubai, all expenses paid, for a 2-week test shoot. She said if it went well, they'd sign her to a year contract." Patricia felt uneasy. "I asked her if she'd verified the company. She said they had a verified Instagram. I didn't know what that meant." The recruiting process moved quickly. Within 48 hours, Maya was communicating directly with someone named Katerina Volkov, who identified herself as the agency's international booking manager. Katerina sent contracts via email. Professional-looking documents with company letterhead, fee structures, payment schedules. "The contract looked real," explained Detective Sarah Chen of the Los Angeles Police Department's Human Trafficking Task Force, who would later review the documents. "These trafficking organizations invest in appearing legitimate. They hire people to create convincing paperwork. They understand that skepticism is their enemy." The contract promised Maya $15,000 for 2 weeks of work, 5 photo shoots, accommodations provided, flight included. All she needed to do was send copies of her passport, sign the agreement, and be ready to fly within 7 days. Jordan grew increasingly worried. "Something felt off," she remembered. "I kept asking Maya why they needed her passport information before she even got there. She said it was for the visa." That was true. Dubai required visa arrangements for entry, but legitimate agencies don't ask for passport copies via WhatsApp. Maya's mother tried a different approach. "I asked her to wait, research more, maybe visit their office first." Patricia's voice broke as she continued. "She said they didn't have a Los Angeles office. Everything was based in Dubai. She said this was how international modeling worked now." Maya needed the money desperately. She owed 3 months' rent to Jordan. Her car had been repossessed. She was 23 and felt like life was passing her by while other girls her age were building careers. When someone finally offered her a door, she was going to walk through it. On March 20, 2019, Maya signed the contract and sent back her passport photos. The ticket arrived the next day. Emirates Airlines, LAX to Dubai International Airport. March 30th, departure. Business class seat. The ticket alone cost $3,500. That convinced her it was real, Jordan said. She kept saying they wouldn't spend that kind of money if it wasn't legitimate. The week before departure passed in a blur of excitement and preparation. Maya went to Target and bought new clothes for the photo shoots. She got her hair professionally done. She posted on Instagram about her upcoming trip, careful not to mention too many details because Katerina had asked her to keep the arrangement confidential until after the first shoot. Many agencies prefer discretion during initial bookings, Katerina had explained over WhatsApp. It prevents competitive agencies from interfering. Patricia drove Maya to the airport on March 30th. They arrived 3 hours early. Patricia bought them coffee and tried to have one final conversation. I told her to check in every day, Patricia remembered. I told her if anything felt wrong, to go to the American embassy. I gave her $200 cash for emergencies. She paused. I hugged her so hard, I didn't want to let go. Maya's last Instagram post showed her at the airport gate, beaming at the camera. Dubai-bound dreams are becoming reality. Nos are model Dubai, Yundra blessed. The post had 347 likes. She boarded the flight at 4:30 p.m. 16 hours later, she landed at Dubai International Airport. That's when everything changed. Maya cleared customs without incident. Her visa had been properly arranged. She collected her luggage and walked into the arrivals terminal, scanning the crowd for someone holding a sign with her name. A man approached her instead. 30s, wearing a black suit, dark sunglasses despite being indoors. Maya Richardson? He asked in accented English. She nodded, relieved. Yes. Are you from Elite Models? Come with me. He reached for her suitcase. This was the first warning sign Maya ignored. Dr. Rachel Foster, who studies trafficking patterns for the International Justice Mission, explained the significance. Legitimate agencies send female representatives to meet young female models. They understand the optics. They want the girl to feel safe. When they send a man, especially one who's immediately physically dominant, that's a red flag. Maya followed the man to a black Mercedes in the parking garage. She texted her mother, "Landed safe, on my way to hotel." It was April 1st, 2019, 10:47 a.m. Dubai time. The last message Patricia would receive from her daughter's phone. The drive took 40 minutes. Maya tried making conversation, asking about the photo shoot schedule and which photographers she'd be working with. The driver said little. He smoked cigarettes with the windows up. The air conditioning blasted. Maya felt her anxiety rising, but told herself she was being paranoid. They didn't drive toward the glittering downtown skyline she'd seen in photographs. They drove toward older neighborhoods, areas where construction had started and stopped, leaving skeletal buildings and empty lots. The car pulled up to a compound. Not a hotel. A walled property with a metal gate that rolled open automatically. The driver pulled into a courtyard. 4 other vehicles were parked there. The gate rolled closed behind them. "This is the model house," the driver said. "You share with other girls?" Maya's stomach dropped. "I thought I'd be staying at a hotel. This is better. You meet other models. Very nice." He gestured toward a building. "Come." She followed him inside, pulling her suitcase. The interior was dimly lit. Tiled floors, a sitting area with worn furniture, stairs leading to a second level. It smelled like cigarette smoke and something else. Something stale. A woman appeared from a back room. 40s, platinum blonde hair, too much makeup. Maya, welcome. She had a Russian accent. I am Katerina. We spoke on WhatsApp. Maya felt momentarily relieved. At least Katerina was real. It's nice to meet you in person. You must be tired from flight. Let me show you the room. Katerina's smile didn't reach her eyes. But first, I need your passport and phone for safekeeping. Dubai law. We register you properly. This was the second warning sign. My passport? Maya clutched her bag. I need that. Is normal procedure. We keep in safe. Very secure. You get back when you leave. Katerina extended her hand. Is required for visa registration. I return in 2 days. Maya hesitated. Everything in her body screamed that this was wrong. But she was in a foreign country, exhausted from travel, and Katerina was explaining it like this was completely routine. Your phone also? Katerina added. We provide work phone for you. Your American phone won't work well here anyway. Very expensive roaming charges. I need to call my mom. Of course, use work phone. I show you. Katerina's smile hardened slightly. But we must register you first. Please, your passport. Maya handed it over. She would never see it again. The room they gave her was small. 2 twin beds, a plastic dresser, a window with bars. Katerina explained the bars were for security. This is not expensive neighborhood. We protect our girls. Maya's roommate was named Svetlana. Ukrainian, 20 years old, hollow eyes. She'd been in Dubai for 3 months. Don't drink the water they give you, Svetlana whispered in careful English after Katerina left. Only from bottles you open yourself. What do you mean? Svetlana looked toward the door. You signed contract, yes? For modeling. There is no modeling. Svetlana's voice was flat. I'm sorry. Maya felt the room spin. What are you talking about? You will see tonight. They come explain the real job. Detective Chen would later explain how these schemes worked. They call it the bait and switch. Girl arrives thinking she's modeling. They confiscate her documents, isolate her, then explain the real arrangement. By then, she's trapped in a foreign country with no money, no passport, no way home. Maya spent the afternoon in a panic. She tried the door, locked from outside. She went to the window. The bars were solid, the compound wall topped with broken glass. She searched the room for the work phone Katerina had promised. There wasn't one. At 6 p.m., Katerina returned with the driver who'd picked Maya up from the airport. We need to discuss your contract, Katerina said, sitting on the edge of the bed. The driver stood blocking the door. Maya's mouth went dry. What about it? You owe us $11,000. What? No. You're paying me $15,000. Katerina pulled out papers. Your flight cost $3,500. Your visa cost $2,000. Your accommodation is $500 per week. Food, transportation, registration fees. It totals $11,000. This is in the contract. I didn't agree to pay for those things. It's in Section 7, small print. You signed. Katerina's voice turned cold. Now you work off your debt. Then we discuss modeling. Maya felt tears burning her eyes. What kind of work? Entertainment. You go to parties. You be nice to men. You make good money. Tips. You pay off debt quickly if you work hard. I'm not doing that. The driver stepped forward. Katerina raised a hand to stop him. Maya, be smart. You are in Dubai. We have your passport. You have no money. The police here, they arrest girls like you for prostitution. They deport you, maybe put you in jail first. Or you work with us, pay debt, go home safely. This is trafficking. This is illegal. This is business. You signed contract. You came here voluntarily. Who do you think police believe? Katerina stood. You have tonight to think. Tomorrow you start work. Or tomorrow we call police and tell them about illegal prostitute in our house. They locked the door when they left. Maya broke down. Svetlana held her while she sobbed. How long have you been here? Maya finally asked. 3 months. I owe $19,000 now. They add interest. They add charges. It never goes down. Svetlana's voice was dead. There is no way out. Maya learned quickly that there were 7 other girls in the house. Russian, Ukrainian, Nigerian, Philippine. Ages 19 to 26. All had come for modeling jobs, dance positions, or nanny work. None had known what awaited them. The compound had security cameras everywhere. Guards rotated shifts. The walls were too high to climb. They were miles from the city center, in an area where foreign women walking alone attracted attention from police. Even if you escape, explained Detective Chen, these girls are terrified of Dubai law enforcement. They've been told they'll be arrested, jailed, deported in disgrace. They don't know about the human trafficking protections. The traffickers count on that fear. On her second night, they forced Maya into a dress and heels and drove her to a party at a private mansion. Wealthy men, mostly Arabic and European, some Asian. Alcohol everywhere. The girls were told to mingle, to be charming, to accept whatever happened. Maya tried to refuse. The driver who'd picked her up from the airport grabbed her arm hard enough to bruise. You want me to call police right now? He asked quietly. You want to spend 6 months in Dubai women's jail? She went to the party. Dr. Foster described the psychological manipulation at work. They create a false choice, prison or compliance. The victim feels she has some control by choosing compliance, but both options serve the trafficker. It's a masterful trap. Maya endured 3 weeks of hell. Parties every night. Men who paid the agency for her company. She was never alone with her fear and shame. The other girls were survival-focused, not sisterly. Everyone was trying to stay alive in their own way. She tried to escape twice. The first time, she made it to the compound gate before a guard caught her. They locked her in her room for 3 days with minimal food and water. Katerina explained this was a warning. The second time was worse. Maya convinced a client to help her. He was European, seemed kind, said he thought what was happening to her was wrong. He promised to take her to the American consulate. Instead, he drove her back to the compound and collected a finder's fee. The clients are part of the system, Detective Chen explained. Some genuinely don't care. Others are true believers in the exploitation. Either way, they're not going to risk legal trouble to help a girl they paid for. After the second escape attempt, they moved Maya to a different location. This one was worse. Isolated villa, no other girls, private clients only. She stopped tracking days. She stopped sleeping without nightmares. She stopped hoping. Patricia began worrying on day 3 when Maya's check-in messages stopped. By day 5, she was calling the agency number Maya had given her. The number was disconnected. The Instagram account had been deleted. Elite Models Dubai had vanished from the internet. I contacted the State Department immediately, Patricia said. They told me to file a missing person report with local police, then contact the American Embassy in Dubai. Everyone was kind. Everyone said they'd help. No one could find her. Jordan filed the missing person report in Los Angeles. Detective Chen was assigned to the case. We see these cases regularly, Chen said. Young women lured overseas with fake job offers. Once they're in a foreign country, our jurisdiction is limited. We have to work through international channels. It's slow, it's frustrating. Too often, it's too late. The American Embassy in Dubai launched an investigation. They had Maya's passport number, entry date, visa information. She'd legally entered the country. After that, the trail went cold. Dubai police were less helpful. Trafficking investigations are complicated in Dubai, explained Jennifer Walsh, a human rights attorney who works on these cases. The UAE has made progress on anti-trafficking laws, but enforcement is inconsistent. Police sometimes view these women as criminals rather than victims. Patricia flew to Dubai in May, 6 weeks after Maya had disappeared. She spent 2 weeks there, visiting police stations, showing Maya's photo, hiring a private investigator. Everyone told me the same thing, Patricia said, her voice hollow. Dubai is big. Many girls disappear. Maybe she ran away. Maybe she's working somewhere else. Maybe she went home a different way. Maya's phone records showed her last activity on April 1st. Her Instagram account went dormant. Her bank accounts showed no activity. She'd simply vanished. The private investigator Patricia hired found the compound where Maya had initially been held. By the time they located it, the building was empty. No furniture, no evidence. The landlord claimed he'd rented it to a legitimate modeling agency that had vacated 3 weeks earlier. Detective Chen eventually connected Maya's case to 4 other missing young women. All had been recruited by social media accounts promising modeling work in Dubai. All had disappeared within weeks of arrival. These networks are sophisticated, Chen explained. They use disposable social media accounts. They move victims between locations frequently. They have lawyers who understand how to exploit gray areas in international law. They're very good at not getting caught. In November 2019, 8 months after Maya disappeared, a decomposed body was found in the desert outside Dubai. Female, African American, approximately 20 years old. The UAE authorities ran dental records. It wasn't Maya. Patricia still doesn't know if that was good news or bad. Part of me hopes she's alive somewhere, Patricia said during an interview 3 years later. Part of me knows that if she's alive, she's living through something I can't imagine. I don't know which option is worse. The FBI has Maya Richardson's case in their database of Americans missing abroad. The State Department lists her as a potential trafficking victim. Her case remains open with Dubai police, though no active investigation is ongoing. Katerina Volkov was never found. The elite model's Dubai Instagram account was traced to an IP address in Moscow, then to a VPN server. The trail ended. The Mercedes that picked Maya up from the airport was traced to a rental company. The man who drove it rented the car using a fake passport. The rental company has no other records. Maya's story is not unique. The State Department estimates that hundreds of American women are trafficked internationally each year through fake job offers. Most are recruited through social media. Most are never found. These traffickers understand vulnerability, Dr. Foster said. They look for young women with debt, with dreams, with limited support systems. They offer something that seems too good to be true because it is. But desperation makes people believe. Jordan Martinez now works with an organization that educates young women about trafficking schemes. She speaks at high schools and colleges. She shows Maya's photo. She explains what happened. I tell them that Instagram verification means nothing, Jordan said. I tell them that professional-looking websites mean nothing. I tell them that legitimate agencies don't confiscate your passport. They don't demand you pay back flight costs. They don't isolate you from contact with family. She paused, collecting herself. I tell them about my best friend who was beautiful and talented and trusting, who believed someone was finally giving her a chance. I tell them that Maya is still missing, that she's been missing for 6 years, that her mother still sets a place for her at Christmas dinner. Patricia Richardson has never stopped searching. She maintains a Facebook page dedicated to finding Maya. She works with international trafficking organizations. She's traveled to Dubai 4 more times, following leads that never materialized. "I know the statistics," Patricia said. "I know that girls who disappear this long are usually dead. But until someone shows me a body, until someone proves she's gone, I'm going to keep looking." She keeps Maya's bedroom exactly as it was the day she left. The Target clothes she bought for the photo shoots still hang in the closet, tags attached. "She was going to come home and tell me about everything," Patricia said. About the flight, the photo shoots, the city. She was so excited. She thought her life was finally starting. Patricia's voice broke. She was right. Something was finally starting, just not what she thought. Maya Richardson was last seen on April 1, 2019, at a compound in Dubai. She was 23 years old. She had honey-colored eyes and dreams of being a model. She trusted the wrong message. She walked through the wrong door. If you have any information about Maya Richardson's whereabouts, contact the FBI's International Trafficking Hotline or the American Embassy in Dubai. Her family is still waiting for her to come home.